In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on September 24th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Nationals versus Atlanta Braves. The Washington Nationals and Atlanta Braves meet on Wednesday in MLB action from Truist Park. This is a tricky spot because the Braves enter riding an incredible win streak and are still in contention for the top seed in the National League, but the money line is extremely inflated at -190 with Bryce Elder on the mound. Elder has been far from reliable, carrying a 5.36 earned run average into this game, and his numbers get even worse at home, where he has a 6.81 earned run average in Atlanta. Despite their record, Washington has been more competitive than expected late in the season, and they're still playing with energy rather than simply going through the motions. The Nationals have quietly gone 7-4 in their last 11 games against right-handed starters, and they have enough patient bats to extend Elder's outings, especially with his walk rate climbing in September. Atlanta has struggled with lefties all year long, averaging just 3.1 hits per game against them and hitting .250 overall, with a .236 batting average against left-handed pitching at home. Washington has the ability to keep this close, and with the plus money value on the roadside, this is a spot worth backing. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. Atlanta's offense has been red hot, averaging 6.8 runs per game during their 10-game winning streak, and they've consistently found ways to score in bunches at home. Elder has been a liability in day games as well, posting a 4.95 earned run average, and his fly ball tendencies can get punished by a Nationals lineup that is better than its season-long numbers indicate. On the flip side, Washington's bullpen has been heavily taxed in recent series, and their starting pitching depth has struggled to eat innings consistently, leaving plenty of opportunity for Atlanta's deep lineup to tack on late. Both teams' recent trends point to offense. The Nationals have hit the over in 5 of their last 7 on the road, while the Braves have cashed overs in 6 of their last 9 overall. Neither of these pitchers projects to dominate, and with Atlanta's offense humming, expect another game where both sides contribute to a higher total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus San Diego Padres. It's the conclusion of a 3-game series between National League rivals on the diamond in Southern California, as the Milwaukee Brewers travel to face the San Diego Padres in the final game of the set on Wednesday afternoon. San Diego took the opening game of the series to keep pressure on both the Dodgers and Cubs in the National League West and wild card races, but Milwaukee bounced back in Game 2 to remind everyone why they've already clinched the National League Central. The Padres are sending Dylan Cease to the mound, and while his swing and miss stuff has been electric with a league-leading 11.4 strikeouts per 9 innings, the record and earned run average don't inspire confidence. He's had stretches where command issues and the long ball have undone his dominance. On the other side, Milwaukee turns to Quinn Priester, who might not be a household name, but the Brewers have won 19 consecutive games that he has pitched in, dating back to late May. That remarkable trend speaks volumes not just about Priester's ability to give his team a chance, but also about how Milwaukee finds ways to support him with runs and a reliable bullpen. Even if the Brewers are cautious with his workload this late in the season, their bats have been more consistent than San Diego's, and they continue to prove they're one of the deepest rosters in baseball. With Cease vulnerable and San Diego still too dependent on a few bats, Milwaukee is the side to back here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Milwaukee entered this series ranked 3rd in the majors in runs per game at 5.06, but that average dips into tighter games when facing playoff-caliber pitching staffs. On the road, they average 5.33 runs, but San Diego's pitching has been quietly effective, especially at Petco Park, where they give up only 3.46 runs per game. The Padres' bats have been inconsistent all year, ranking just 19th in runs per contest, and they've struggled to manufacture manufacture consistent offense when Cease doesn't get deep into games. Even with Milwaukee's offensive upside, it's hard to overlook the fact that San Diego has leaned under all season long, 84 to 67 to 6 in totals entering Wednesday. And the Brewers themselves are only a touch above .500 to the under. Add in the fact that Game 1 of the series needed extra innings to get past the total, and that Priester has been backed by one of the league's best bullpens, and the case for another low-scoring battle gets stronger. Runs will likely come at a premium again with both staffs capable of shutting things down late. As our second pick for this matchup, the under the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus Baltimore Orioles. Tampa Bay comes into this matchup trying to hang on to fourth in the division, but they have allowed at least 6 runs in 3 of their last 4 games. The Rays are 35 to 41 on the road this year, while the Orioles are 38 to 41 at home. Baltimore is starting Tyler Wells, who has allowed 4 earned runs across 17.2 innings this season and has shown good command since returning to the rotation. Tampa Bay is going with Shane Baz, who has allowed 0, 5, 2, 0, and 3 earned runs in his last 5 outings. Baz remains inconsistent, and in a tough road environment against a Baltimore lineup that can jump on mistakes, this could be another difficult assignment. With Wells finding a rhythm and the Orioles showing fight at home, Baltimore looks like the better side in this spot. As our first pick for this matchup, the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. Tyler Wells has been sharp, limiting opponents to minimal hard contact, and his home splits suggest he can keep Tampa Bay from breaking out offensively. Meanwhile, Baz has flashed upside despite inconsistency, and the Orioles' offense has been streaky at times, particularly against pitchers with good strikeout stuff. Both teams also lean on bullpens that have quietly been effective in limiting big innings late in games. Given Tampa Bay's recent struggles to score consistently and Baltimore's reliance on pitching to carry them through tight games, this feels like a contest that stays under the number. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Tigers versus Cleveland Guardians. The Detroit Tigers find themselves in a full collapse, watching a massive division lead evaporate and now battling just to hang on in the American League Central. Detroit rolled into this series clinging to a 1-game edge, only to watch Cleveland grab a 5-2 win that stretched the Tigers' losing streak to 7 games. With that victory, the Guardians secured the season series, which means they now own the tiebreaker if both teams finish deadlocked at the top. Back on July 9th, Detroit was up 14 games in this division, but with only 5 games remaining on the calendar, it is now a dead heat. Detroit will look to Jack Flaherty to finally stop the bleeding. Flaherty has eaten innings this year but has not been sharp, sitting on an 8-14 record with a 4.6 earned run average and 1.28 whip across 30 starts and 156.2 innings. Over his last 7 outings, he has stumbled to a 4.71 earned run average, walking 11 in 36.1 innings, and he dropped his last start in Detroit just last week. On the road, things get worse, with a 3-6 record, 5.2 earned run average, and 1.38 WHIP across 13 starts. Cleveland turns to Tanner Bibee as they aim to seize sole possession of first place. Bibee has handled the Tigers with authority, going 2-0 with a 0.69 earned run average in 2 starts against them this season, surrendering only 1 run and 7 hits over 13 combined innings, while Detroit bats just .152 off him. Given the form of these clubs and the matchup on the mound, Cleveland has the upper hand again. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Guardians money line is our full game side pick. Flaherty may not dominate, but he usually does enough to keep games from completely unraveling, holding opponents to 3 runs or fewer in 4 of his past 6 starts. Bibee has owned the Tigers this year, and his style plays perfectly against a Detroit offense that has been pressing and failing in clutch spots down the stretch. Cleveland's bullpen has been sharp throughout September, and with playoff-type urgency, both managers will likely act quickly if their starter falters. The Tigers' bats remain in a funk, averaging fewer than 3 runs per game during their skid, while Cleveland will not be looking to run wild offensively as they protect slim leads in this divisional showdown. All of this sets up as another tense, low-scoring battle. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati enters this one at a critical juncture after their win streak came to a halt Tuesday night, slipping back in the wild card chase and badly needing to grab ground again. At home, the Reds have been solid with a 44-35 record, and they hand the ball to Hunter Greene, who has been a steady hand lately, limiting opponents to 2 or fewer runs in each of his last 5 outings. His numbers at Great American Ballpark have been even stronger all season. Across the diamond, Pittsburgh arrives with some confidence after stringing together a few victories, and they counter with rookie phenom Paul Skeens. Skeens has yielded only 4 earned runs across his last 5 starts, continuing to look like one of the best young arms in baseball. In a matchup this tight, the edge comes down to situation, and Cincinnati's urgency combined with Greene's current form makes them the play. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cincinnati Reds money line is our full game side pick. Paul Skeens has been mowing through lineups with a 2.03 earned run average, even if his record has been held down at 10-10 by a lack of run support. His most recent turn against the Cubs was rougher, allowing 3 runs and 7 hits in just over 3 innings, but prior to that, he went on a 24-inning stretch where almost no one could touch him. Cincinnati's bats have been quiet, hitting only .219 with 23 runs in their last 6 contests, and when Skeens saw them earlier this year, he shut them out for 6 innings. On the Reds side, Hunter Greene is in his best groove of the season, throwing a complete game 1 hitter against the Cubs last time out and carrying a stingy 1.44 earned run average at home. He already silenced the Pirates earlier this season as well, blanking them across 7 innings. Both clubs have leaned heavily on their relievers, and in the past week those bullpens have held up very well. Runs should be hard to come by with both starters locked in and both pens riding momentum, so the total projects to stay low. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.